Hello and welcome to the DFS Army team. You're watching this video because you just signed up for DFS Army, and may I say, I believe you've made a great decision. Our goal here is to help take ordinary players and give them the strategies and the tools and the techniques used by DFS pros to dominate the industry. The purpose of this video is to give you a little bit of a brief overview of our site, how to use it, how to use some of our tools, and then later on, as you'll see, we have specific tutorials for every sport and every spreadsheet, so we have a ton of information. This is just going to be some basic stuff. The first thing I want to say is to make sure to check your junk mail, your promotional folder, wherever crazy emails go. The same email that you signed up with, you will see an invite to our DFS Army Slack forums. Our Slack forums is where you get to converse, communicate with our pros. It's where we're in there last second in NBA, updating last minute pivots, who's in, who's out, who's the replacement, literally the most important factor in NBA. Same thing with NFL. We're monitoring the Vegas line movements. We're monitoring player injury statuses. These are things that actually DFS pros hire individual people to do for them specifically. Now, you're not a pro. You don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you can afford to hire a full-time person to do this for you individually, which is why we do this as a group for everyone. It's very cool, and again, we have all the tools that the pros use to be successful. So real quick, I'm just going to run through the homepage here. Obviously, this is our DFS Army homepage, and as you look here, you have a bunch of tabs that you can run through. One of the most important is the domination station one. That is our multi-entry tool. That is the heart and soul of our entire offering, and I'll take a quick look at that here, but this is the domination station. Each sport has its own tutorial, so I'm not going to get too far into it, but basically this is a tool where you can see projections for every sport. Let's just take a quick look at what it looks like for PGA this week, and as you can see, you have salaries, fantasy points per dollar, odds, our projections, and you get to make quickly hundreds of lineups, however many you want, all in a fast pace. Check this out, pretty cool. Download them, upload them to the site, the whole deal. We're not going to get too deep into that for this video. Again, one of the most important things is remember to accept your Slack invite. Real quick though, I'm going to run through some of these other ones. So for each sport, we have strategy material. We also have a number specific to the sport. You can go to the article specific to that sport, the strategy articles. Each sport, for the most part, has a spreadsheet. That's where we compile all the stats that we use each week to select players. And, you know, that really varies a ton from each sport, so I advise you to check them out. Each one of those does have a tutorial. NBA, same deal. MLB has a ton of content between our weather updates, our VIP lineups page, which tells you starting, gives you our projections, and our DFS Army grading system, which is unique and no one else does this. We have our podcast, strategy content. Same thing for golf. NASCAR is awesome. I love it. We even do WNBA. MMA is something that's more handled within our Slack forums, but we're awesome at it, and we literally take down tournaments every single week. So very cool stuff. Our members sometimes do their own blogging, which you can check out here. And obviously here you have your account where you can manage your subscription. If you click on my account, you go to subscriptions, and this is a spot where you can manage things. All right, so couple quick things. I am Kevin again. I'm the founder of the DFS Army. You can see me here on my RotoGrinders profile. Apparently, I'm pretty okay at DFS. I've been playing this since 2011. I'm a pioneer. I started one of the first ever DFS blogs back in 2012. My FanDuel Strategies back at that time was one of the first pods ever, or first columns ever to really talk about bankroll management, which we've now expanded on a million times more, but back then it was unique and sort of groundbreaking stuff. As you can see, I'm ranked 63 out of 7,000 in the welterweight category. Last season I wound up at ranked 184. for NFL, which was the worst ranking I've ever had. I mean, more people, obviously, but I've been in the top 100 the 2 prior years. NASCAR top 100, MMA top 10 overall. So I'm pretty good at this. And my goal here is to teach you the strategies that I use to be successful. Real quick, a quick look at our Slack forums. This is kind of what it looks like. As you can see, we have our general tab here where all of the columns for every sport are generally posted. Then you have sport-specific channels, as you can see, NASCAR, MMA, NBA player updates, lots of channels. If you don't play a particular sport, you're welcome to leave those channels, but normally when you first sign up for Slack, again, by accepting the invite that we send you and is sitting in your email probably right now, then you're generally signed up for all the channels, and then you can whittle them down. I suggest kind of starting big. Now, it could be a little bit overwhelming when you first get started in Slack, but the good news is there is a Slack welcome channel here, including a video on how to use Slack. You know, it tells you about the who's who, our admin, Bobby, our team leaders for all the different sports and all of that. So we have a lot of help here. We also give you our social media and, you know, Twitter accounts and all that stuff. We want you to follow us. And one of the first things we want you to do when you join up in Slack is grab a DFS Army avatar, which you can find by typing the word avatars in Slack, and a little folder will come up and you can choose one of our Army men with your team of choice on the helmet. Put those in your DraftKings and FanDuel accounts, represent the DFS Army team. We all support each other, we all help each other, we all root each other on, and we try to avoid one another in head-to-head matchups. So use your helmet. We don't want to play against each other because we want to take money from non-members. Last but not least here, let's see, talked about my account, Slack going. I just wanted to jump over to our homepage to get you a little bit of excited, get the juices flowing by showing you our DFS Army Wall of Fame. Again, this is why we use our avatars, because when you have a big win, and hopefully you will, you get a spot up here on the Wall of Fame, you get a DFS Army swag bag, and the honor of showing off your massive cash to the masses. Here you can see, this is they're in sequential order, so the newest ones first, but we see just the other day we had one of our members, Do Rambler, take down first place for $50,000 in the 350K Firecracker. Understand that these are not pros. This is not his full-time job. He just is a member of our team. He plays normal, probably like you do. He won 50 grand. We got Wildcat WR a couple 2 weeks ago, $10,000 in MLB. Boomer's daddy, one of our own pros and the head of our MLB and NBA team, is headed to the Fantasy Football Championships for FanDuel, the live finals. That's awesome. That's a $7,000 win and a potential hundreds of thousands of dollars in the final, which we will all follow. He will be live blogging, and it's going to be awesome. You got another first place finish here for RPB 1220. If you scroll down, you just see all the wins. I advise you to take a look at this. This is what makes us different. There's a lot of groups out there that look similar, that call themselves DFS sites, whatever. They don't know what they're doing for the most part. They're not run by people who have experience. They don't have this kind of credibility, and for good reason. So, I just want you to feel good that you found to check this out. I mean, come on. Another regular player, $3,000 the other day. Let me just get you to some of the big ones. Jay Blaze. How about $115,000 for Leonidas? Leon Ganesh. Just a regular member. How about a school teacher from Ohio? $100,000 in NFL. How about Jay Blaze? $380,000 in winnings. He's in our Slack forums. You could chat with him. How about Browns? This is one of my favorite wins. Browns. One of our Slack regulars took 38th place. Used his money to get a DFS Army tattoo. We love each other here. This is a community, so I think you're going to have a great time. If you have any questions, again, jump in Slack. You can hit me up I'm at @footballgeek. You can hit up Keith at Keith. You can hit up our admin text at text. We have a whole team of people to help you. You've made a great decision, and I look forward to chatting in Slack. Thanks for joining, and we look forward to having you on our team.